Robbie and Jessie Young, thanks for being on Heart of the City.
Thanks for having us.
For those that may not know, you guys own Oak Twine, which is an amazing custom apparel, embroidery, screen printing, all the things company for brands all over the U.S. and maybe beyond. I don't know. Are we worldwide yet?
Working on that,
Okay.
actually, as
Nice.
of yesterday.
As of yesterday,
Global
working on
reach
that.
coming.
Yes.
Amazing. Well, I'm so glad to have you here. Okay, so you're both so young. No play on words with your last name, but tell me about how owning a business came about. I mean, you're kind of already living the dream, and you guys are barely 30, right? So let's talk about that.
So I'm not 30. No, I'm just kidding. It's not like a crazy off the wall story. Basically, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew that when I was 8-10 years old, I'd always play Monopoly for hours. So I just loved, I love the business side, the financial side, and the ability to make an impact in your given community. So when I was in college and at App State, I got a phone call from my dad, and basically he bought our first embroidery machine to run scrubs for his building and his business up in Louisville, Kentucky. And so that phone call consisted of, hey, there could be some runway here. Like if you want to make this into a business, it's not a business necessarily for him or for me, but if you want to make it into a business, you can run with it.
And you were in college when you got
And I was
this
in
call.
college, yeah.
Okay.
So I was at App State, finished up my baseball career, moved back to Louisville, Kentucky, bought the machines, started moving forward, and then Jessie and I decided, hey, if we're going to start running with this and make this into a business, we want to be close to friends and family. That's the biggest thing. So we moved to Chattanooga. We had $77 in our bank account, had no book of business, started the business in our basement. And yeah, we just kind of grew it. And that was, when I moved down here, I knew I was in the right spot at the right time. And I just hit the ground running, cold calling people, networking with people, trying to get my name out there as much as I could. And yeah, now we're in year 3. We have a commercial space. I'm talking the whole time, but that's our story.
So, wow, like you moved to Chattanooga and you have very few contacts, right? I mean,
Yeah. The only people that we
contact.
knew was my side of the family. So I was very blessed in the fact that on my mom's side of the family, they were all in Chattanooga. On my dad's side, they're all in Dalton, Georgia. So we were all really close, which was a blessing. But yeah, I didn't
cold
have...
calls. That's wild.
And we really didn't use that to our full advantage when we moved here. You kind of reached out to a few people from friends of a friend, but truly it was all
random
cold calling and random.
So was it random, or did you try to look at directories and businesses that existed and you went after your dream people?
So that's a funny story. So my first ever cold call and sale happened with Chris Wood at Be Caffeinated. He opened up the door, so I cold called him. So what I would do is I would pull the chamber directory, and I would literally go down the list and highlight people. Okay, hey, this person answered, this person was a jerk, whatever, and just crossed them off.
I hope you still have that notebook.
I think I do. It might be
You need to frame those. That's so cute.
Yeah. There were very few jerks along the ways, but the jerks molded us into making us better
and you don't want the
cold
jerks,
callers.
so good to know.
Yeah.
Good riddance.
My mom's the chamber president from my hometown, so she gave us that tidbit. So we were really grateful that we had the chamber directory.
That's awesome.
The chamber's been wonderful. We just had a previous event that was really a smash hit. So the chamber and Chris Wood were pivotal people.
Sweet.
He was literally the first cold call. And then it forwarded over to voicemail, and I got a text probably 15 minutes later, and he was like, hey, come to North Shore, Be Caffeinated. I'll be there.
Nice.
I'll meet with you. Let's strategize on apparel. So it was super cool.
Did you have a pump up song on your way? You're heart racing and
it meant a lot for me. I mean, because when you're in that stage of business, and you're always kind of in that stage, but when you're in that and you're dealing with so much rejection and just people blowing you off, people setting up meetings and not showing up and all that kind of stuff, It's very much like the founder in the movie when he's trying to sell his milkshake machine. Like it's that exact same
Yeah.
thing that you're
Wow.
going through. So it's always humbling because no matter how big the business gets, that was how we started. So
Totally.
I'll always remember that. I always remember how people treated me. So
Wow.
when sales reps come into my business, I understand the position that they're in.
Totally. That's so sweet,
yeah.
Robbie. Yeah, that's cool. So was it always the dream to work together?
I think that came about later on. I don't think we ever talked about when we were dating if it was going to
So
be
were you
something
dating
that
in college?
We dated
Yes.
while he was in college.
Okay, okay.
I graduated when we met the summer that we got together.
So it came later on. What were you
Yeah.
doing prior, Jessie?
I was
what
a teacher.
You were a teacher. What
Yes.
grade?
I taught 3 years ESL and 3 years kindergarten.
Wait, that totally makes sense. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what made you jump into the business?
I think I just wanted something different. I think we talked about it, and there was definitely times where he approached me and was like, I could really use you. Your talents lie in this area. And I mean, he's biased. He can see my creativity and all the
Yeah.
things, but I'm like, I hear horror stories, and I love my marriage, and I don't
know.
want it to crumble.
That's so hard.
And you just rolled the dice, and we were still in early stages of marriage, and early stages of marriage is hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't really want to add another, potential fire to the mix.
So
And
you were the skeptic. Like Robbie, you
very
were like
much.
all in. You're like, no, we're
Yes.
good. Come.
Yeah.
He's borderline
Oh.
The whole
begging
time.
the whole time. And I'm
Aw.
just like, I don't know. I feel like this is your niche. Like, this is where your talents lie. I
Aw.
don't want to come in and invade your space.
Yeah.
But over time,
You
it
were
was
like,
just
because I'll kill it. And then all eyes are going to be on me. No, I'm
Yes.
just kidding.
Well, and we talked about that. We talked about resentment.
Yeah,
And I said,
true.
"What if I come on
Yeah.
and this isn't a good fit or something happens along the way? I don't want you
to
to
be
have
resented.
No.
Yeah,
It's like,
totally.
we're good where we're at. Let's not, change things up. So
That's so
yeah,
sweet. So
I was
what's
the
been
one.
like the biggest gift in building a business together? Maybe something unexpected.
Oh, I think it 1000% has made our marriage stronger. And the fact that when I have a bad day, she has a bad day. And I don't mean that like
Yeah.
but like she's aware of it. So when we're in the business together, she understands the ebb and flows. She understands the cash flow. She understands all of that. So she knows. And that's been the biggest blessing was her involvement in all that. Because a lot of times she might have a draining day at school, right? And so she's coming home to unload when I had a terrible sales day. And so then we're both trying to unload and trying to talk through things. And then we get frustrated because we're both stressed. Whereas now it's like, hey, we're in this together. We can talk through this. We can figure out, strategize. Here's our goals, all
That's
that kind of
so true.
stuff. So it actually works together
Yeah.
so much so that we have to pull ourselves out and say, no more talking about
Yes,
the business
I'm
because when we're
sure.
at Mexican, it's just
Yeah.
every time.
It's all we talk
Trying to
about.
enjoy a chip and salsa.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, that's true. I never thought about like it's almost less competitive in your marriage to like
Yeah.
vent
Correct.
because it's literally the same challenges. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, I like it. How have you guys found like community, both personally and professionally, since coming to Chattanooga?
I think that was easier for me because I left teaching when we first moved to Chattanooga. That was the year I hung up teaching. And over the summers, I didn't have anything to do. So that's when I dove into my photography business. So he's always had the entrepreneurial, characteristics about him. That never was anything that, tickled my fancy. I was like, no, we'll just do it as a hobby. And then I think Valentine's Day, you got me my LLC. He bought me my
Aw.
business. So
Okay,
he was
that's
just
a sweet
always like
gift.
pushed, and encouraged and believed in my talents. And so I think when I came here, I already had sort of an East Coast community of wedding photographers that I was doing. I'd never say that I did it full time because I kind of merged from teaching to photography fullish time into Oak and Twine. And I still double dip, and that's kind of my dream along with working with him. But I already had a community of Southeast photographers over here that I felt like I
Nice.
had a creative community, kind of just a knowing of the landscape better. He
Yeah.
kind of had to pave the way, like with your networking and find other business people of like-minded.
Do you feel like you have like personal friends here now in Chattanooga, or is it still a lot of business connections?
Very much so. That's what I attribute all of our success to, is the people that understand the vision and mission of our business and how people are all sacrificing to make sure that we're successful. And that's just, I mean, that's a God-given blessing. Like that, there's nothing more motivating, you know, than having people that understand your mission and vision for your business, and then that are also willing to pull the same rope. But I've always made it, I mean, from a senior project at Southern Adventist University, there was a student there, a professor reached out and said, hey, you know, can a student come and shadow you? And all that kind of stuff is super meaningful to me, because I would love to do nothing more than to pour into a student, talk about the business, kind of show him the ins and outs of being a business owner, to chamber events, to all that kind of stuff. I mean, now we're kind of flipping on the other side of things to where we're now hosting the chamber event.
That's
like
so
we're
sweet.
in the community, and so that's been my end goal, I guess, for everything, is to make as big of an impact as possible.
Yeah. So do you ever get imposter syndrome? Like,
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
okay, so like you're not
That
even
probably is
you're not,
imposter syndrome.
I'm sure,
Yes, I
especially as
very
women,
much
but like
do.
you're not even 30, right?
No, I'm 28.
Okay, so you're 28 years
29.
old.
29.
Okay,
Sorry.
you're
I just-
29 years
He just
old.
turned 29.
Well, happy birthday. And you have, you know, people coming to you wanting you to teach them about business and like shadow you. Like, do you ever go like, wait, what? Am I like qualified for this? Or like, is it ever like a pinch me thing? Or you're just like, you're confident, you've got it.
Man, that's a tough question. So yeah, I mean, I question myself all the time like that, but I don't know. There's also a confidence of me, since I have grown it from scratch, that I do know my numbers, and I do know. But yeah,
What do you mean
you-
grown up from scratch?
Well, I mean,
Grown the business from scratch.
yeah,
I
grown
guess
the
you would
business
say.
from
yeah,
scratch.
totally.
So
You're like, hey, I was in my basement. So yeah, like you should come shadow me right now.
yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of businesses that start from that position.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses get bought and they already have a clientele
Totally.
base. They already have a foundation, whereas
Or
I've
like
built
the family already
foundation.
worked it and then
Yeah.
handed it off, and like
Correct.
you had kind of the whole blueprint laid out for you. Yeah, that's
Correct.
so commendable.
Yeah, but no,
Dang.
I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, don't
guess.
don't
I
get
know.
imposter syndrome. Jesse and I will just take enough of that for you.
I do. I'm very much married to a one of one. He's
Hey.
very humble and skilled in all of his
That's
areas.
so sweet. That's great. What are some of the like funny cliches about working with your spouse that ring true?
funny cliches.
Or just cliches in general. Like, are there any cliches that you guys like look at each other and you're like, wow, we're so classic? Like,
I mean, at times we kind of joke around at the shop when one of us, myself, let's use me as an example, will do something that I know is going to ruffle his feathers, and he gives me the eyes at the work, you know. And but we
The
have
looks.
a good
Yeah.
we have good camaraderie with our staff, so they're used to
I'm
it.
trying to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Outside of the fact that we're so polar opposite.
Oh, that's very true.
So polar opposite.
I'm the Gwen Stefani, he's the Blake Shelton. That's how we describe ourselves.
Oh, wait,
Like,
that's so
I-
cute.
It's so
Yeah.
perfect.
I don't know. Yeah. But that's also why it works.
That's why
'Cause
it
if
works.
it wasn't
Yeah.
for her, I'd kill myself.
So
If it
opposites
wasn't
attract.
for-
That's a pretty general cliche, and
Yeah.
that's why it works for
Very
you
yin
guys.
yang.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's so cute. Oh my gosh. So it sounds like it works obviously really well for your marriage, but like, are there certain intentions you guys do to kind of protect your joy and protect your marriage from some of the business, you know, stressors and hustle bustle?
That's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say we've perfected that or even gotten close to matching that.
Because we're still early on. I mean, it's our 4th year of marriage,
Yeah.
and so we're learning. We're still in single digits. I hear that year 7 is like the hump. So
Sure is.
But then I hear that year 12 is the hump, and I'm like, oh, we're just getting further. But yeah,
I don't know.
it's a
That's
work
a
in
good.
progress.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, for one thing, if we're going out to eat, like, we can say, "Hey, no more talking about the business,"
That's
or
good.
whatever.
You guys have a boundary, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have some reflection cards that we got when we stayed at Bolt Farm Treehouse.
Aw.
And so I put those in my bag, and we'll whip those out. and
That's
they're
sweet.
like conversation starters
Yes.
that aren't the surface level
Yes.
small talk. They're very deep.
Yep.
And so we only do a couple, so we like save the stack.
That's so
We're probably
great.
about halfway through those.
I actually just ordered some of those. That's a
Yeah,
good idea.
They're
Yeah.
the best for like
Okay.
dinner time conversation at home or out.
Yeah. Okay, especially in today's world, it's like so easy just to get on your phone or like
Yep.
start talking about work or just surface stuff. So that's
Yeah.
really sweet.
We're not talk at all.
Yeah, true.
We've had many a silent dinner,
Yeah,
and it's
I
not
know.
fun.
You're just exhausted. I totally get that. What's one word you guys would describe each other's like biggest strength in the business? Like you'll pick a word for Jessie. Jessie, you pick a word for Robbie.
Wow.
I'll let you go first. I don't know.
I think Robbie, I think I'd choose the word strength because it encompasses so much. He has such high mental strength and emotional strength and just strength to figure things out. He's very problem solve oriented. It might take him a while. He's a processor, but yeah, his strength just far surpasses mine.
I love that.
Without a doubt.
So Jessie's my butterfly.
Oh,
That's what I would
goodness.
say. So she balances me out because I'm always intense. But because she's a butterfly, she just rolls and goes with the flow.
That's so
right?
sweet.
So job's bad, no biggie. Whereas I'm like, oh my gosh. So that would be how I.
That's sweet. A butterfly.
Butterfly is a compliment and a backhanded compliment at the same time. It's like you're a butterfly when it's good, butterfly when it's bad, butterfly all
Hey,
around.
I think it's a good thing. I think it's sweet. You guys might need to get butterfly tattoos
I
or
love a
something.
butterfly.
There you go.
Are you early birds or night owls when it comes to the grind, working?
Ooh.
Both, but primarily mornings. I like getting up and having my routines. I've always been routine focused, so
Nice.
that's a big
Mornings,
part.
yeah.
Yeah, I think after work is like my sweet spot when everyone goes home and it's quiet and I can get to those last 3 things that I didn't get to on my to-do list like before I go home.
It's classic creative brain.
Mm-hmm.
I resonate with that. How do you guys hold each other accountable without making it a fight?
Outlook teams. We have to-dos. Yeah, we put it on there and it's just very black and white. I need you to do this. You need me to do that. And it's between the
Ooh.
2 of us so nobody else can see our tasks.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. And we're just very upfront. I feel like from the beginning of us dating, we've always shot each other straight when it comes to what we need from
That's
one another.
awesome.
So our communication's pretty
Sounds like it. That's
pretty
great.
tight.
So like when life hits or things get hard, like what are kind of your tactics to like handle personal struggles but keep the business moving forward?
Knowing what the end goal is for
Yeah.
me. That's the biggest thing is I have a vision for where I see Oak and Twine in the future.
Sweet.
So no matter what rocks the boat now, I'm able to flip it into what's coming down the future. And that's hard because I'm not sitting here saying, oh, it's easy. It's very, very
Totally.
difficult to kind of trust the plan that you have laid out, I guess, because there's always changes to those plans, but that's what kind of gets me through the day to day. And it's also the progress that I've seen since year 1 that kind of keeps me motivated, because it's not that it gets easier as much as it is you just have results. And when you have results, you just keep double down.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of what keeps me going. And I think you would say the same.
Yeah. And taking like every day, just hour by hour almost. I mean, we have to play it by ear.
Totally.
Just kind of take it day by day.
Yeah, have a little flexibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Because the work-life personal balance is difficult.
Yeah.
And so you just kind of have to check in with each other and then take it day by day.
Press on.
Yeah.
For sure. What is the most fun part of your jobs at Oak and Twine?
You got it.
So much. I have so much fun at work. Like, it's not even funny. Like, it's just
I love
a
that.
good time. I love our staff. I love the people that come through our doors. I love the fun emails that I get of inquiries, the design, questions.
Challenges. Yeah, that's so cool.
There's not, I mean, yeah, when hiccups go wrong, that's kind of a bummer, but every
What's-
day is so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
What's
it's fun
the-
to work together.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems like it. What's the most fun for you, Robbie?
Building something from scratch that other people rely on.
Ooh.
That's the best part.
As in like their order, their request,
Well,
or
from the
your
client side, sure,
Yeah.
but also from the employee side, like having people
Nice.
underneath you that are all pulling the same rope. Again, that's just super, super fun for me.
Yeah.
Because I remember bringing on Eddie for the first time, or bringing on our first employees, and I was actually nervous because I'm like, whoa, this is way bigger than just myself. Like, I'm
Yeah.
no longer just in the basement.
Yeah.
Like, my decisions impact
Impact
everybody
your
else's.
life. Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's been the most enlightening, fun moment, is just being able to work with people that understand the same vision.
That's so
really
cool. You mentioned cash flow a little bit ago. Like what was your major? What's your background?
Business and communication.
Okay, so that helps. The business side helps because I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I mean, how did you even start to navigate? Like, you have payroll, you have invoicing, you have like balancing the books. I'm assuming that's a little more in your
Correct.
realm. Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, has that been a big learning curve, or do you feel like you had pretty good systems that you've used since day one?
So huge learning curve.
Okay.
Because I grew up in an entrepreneurial household.
Okay.
So I was always aware of the conversations surrounding those topics. But it wasn't until I was doing it until I understood, oh, this is what was going on, or
Right.
this is a problem. So yeah, cash flow is a huge part in understanding, especially on the medical side, scrub side, big business side. They're always net 60s, net 90s, net 30s. So you understanding the cash flow is huge, because cash flow can put you out of business. But also surrounding yourself with people that are more knowledgeable about that is huge.
Yeah.
Because I've recently brought on a bookkeeper who handles all my payments, handles all that kind of stuff. And it has been easily, hands down, the best person ever and best hire ever, because I mean, she's texted me, hey, low cash flow this week, go get some money, go check on invoices, go do all that kind of
Nice.
stuff. Like, it's a lot more strategic
That's
than
so nice.
what you think it is.
Yeah. Okay, that's good advice for a new business owner. Maybe get a bookkeeper sooner than later.
A good banker, a good bookkeeper.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so good. What's one aspect of the business that maybe is easily like unnoticed by people, but takes a lot of your energy?
So much takes a lot of our energy. Creating a design from
Yeah.
nothing is difficult,
Yeah.
especially when you don't have them in person. Like, if they don't want to come into the conference
Right.
room to kind of, just storyboard their ideas, and we're just going back and forth via email. And I'm a perfectionist, and so
That's tedious.
that's
Yeah.
hard, to
Yeah.
see somebody else's vision via email.
Yes.
And just, managing stock right now is difficult. A lot of things are, fluctuating, with stock quantities. So many behind the scenes
I'm
things
sure.
that take a lot of energy that clients don't need to know, and they don't,
Yeah.
they don't have to know.
What's like the least glamorous thing going on in the business world right now?
Tariffs and production setup.
That's
Tariffs is huge. So I've been working on this whole scrub program now for over a year, and it started in China, and now it's gone to bounce. It was in Dominican Republic, Haiti, Mexico. Like, it's very difficult because you're working on time differences. I'd be messaging the factories in China at like 1, 2, 3 in the morning, because that's their noon or whatever that time change is. That's been the most difficult, but also will be the most rewarding when it kind of gets off the ground.
Yeah.
We're closer now than we ever have been. I had a launch call yesterday. So it's all really good stuff, but it has been a major pain in the butt.
When you say scrub program, you guys are trying to launch your own scrub line?
Private line.
Yeah, that's what I
yes.
thought. Okay.
Yeah, so we can control
Yeah,
inventories
wow.
and warehousing and all that kind
What
of
a
stuff.
year to be launching a line.
Yes.
God.
in the medical space. Where
I
we,
mean,
yeah.
no less. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's talk about some of your like marketing and, kind of outward community endeavors, which I know is a little bit more your wheelhouse, Jessie. So you guys have done such a good job of like gaining visibility pretty quickly with Oak and Twine. What do you feel like has been the biggest, kind of most pivotal thing you've put into your marketing that's really worked?
I think it's kind of twofold. I think our Instagram, just having a community over there, staying consistent and kind of following the trends, seeing what people like to watch. That's all homework in and of itself right there. Staying on top of that can be a full-time job. And that's kind of where I like dug my foot in at the very beginning. Just, I'll do this. This is where
I'll start. Yeah.
where my skills end for Oak and Twine. This is what I can contribute. And then it just kind of steamrolled from there. But I think we've added Lawson House, our marketing agency.
Oh,
That's been
nice.
really, really helpful as far as our website goes and just other SEO boosting
Nice.
things for our business. But
That's so great.
yeah.
So if you wanted to like increase your visibility in, if you wanted to double it, say in the next year, like what is the one thing you would tell people to like really focus? Like when you said double down, like what would you double down on?
Sharing your story. I think when Robbie started to really share his mission behind Oak and Twine and share more personal things about us, then people started to kind of be more like magnetized to us. Like we were
cool.
more approachable once we like showed a humanized side to us. We still get compliments on that willy-nilly reel that I posted of us doing our evening walks.
Yeah, that was so
we're
cute.
We're married and in business, and
Yeah.
we do blah, 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 and everyone thinks that those are funny. If we show our personality, especially him, because I'm the fun, like butterfly, as he said, he's the more professional one. So when they see him kind of be silly, they're attracted to that.
I love it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's one thing in particular. I think it's multiple different things. And like you've heard this saying, but scared money doesn't make money. And it's kind of that same thing. You've got to be willing to put your brand and your money out there to see it come back, I guess. And one of the things that when I started getting going, which I still am, but is this industry is it's a tired industry. It's an industry that the companies that are making it are pouring money into social media, having great posts, doing SEO work, doing the full encompassing picture.
Yeah.
And a lot of like the mom and pop shops, the small shops, they don't quite understand that. So that has been the biggest thing for us, is taking advantage of that, because across the board, that is her expertise. She's a killer at doing social media and staying on top of that. So that's a huge advantage for us, because of the focus on, hey, we got to be out there as much as possible, tell our story, tell the brands that we're working with. And one of the biggest impactful statements was from Dr. Collins, actually. Was I was texting him one time and we were going back and forth on social media strategizing. And I just told him, I'm like, hey, as much as I say it, it is still like a fear factor for me to post a client that we've done work for and know that all these other screen printers and they all follow each other. So, there's a chance that we could be, I guess somebody could go in there and
Poach
steal the client. Yeah, poach the client. And he was just like, Robbie, you got to understand that everybody is worried about their own issues. That should be the least of your own worries. Like, you just got to post, and how much do you look at other people? I said, not a whole bunch. I'm too worried about my own problems.
Exactly.
He's like, point made. Like, you got to post.
You're not going on your competitor's Instagram to find clients.
No.
Like, I
don't have that time.
Exactly.
And we like being friends with our competitors, as weird as that sounds.
Totally.
Like, there's so much business in this town and beyond that it's like there's so much room to share, and it's fun to have community conversations with somebody, especially other couples in business, where it's like, oh,
or
you know
people
that
in
too.
your industry. Yeah.
You feel the same. Like, oh,
Totally.
that's a problem you had last month. Well, we're experiencing that. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you're not on an island. Like,
Totally.
That's nice to have a community in your industry.
That's so nice. What's like the main thing you want people to feel when they engage with Oak and Twine?
I want them to feel like a priority. I want them to feel like their order is important, whether it's 8 hats of embroidery or 800 hats. If it's their
That's so
business
sweet.
or their company, I want them to know that we take pride in giving them an awesome product, and the item's going to be a 10 out of 10.
I can attest to that.
Thank you.
As a customer, I can attest. Okay, we're going to do a little game. Okay. So we're going to do kind of like a who's more likely. Okay, I'm going to read some scenarios and you guys tell me, Jessie or Robbie.
Oh, no.
Who's more likely to come up with the wild creative ideas?
Oh, easy.
The butterfly.
I like that
okay,
one.
I
That's
know.
an
I'm
easy
like,
one.
now these questions are kind of like we're answering them ourselves. Who's more likely to keep money in the bank?
Robbie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
She's a thrifter.
Yeah.
We're talking personal or business.
Yeah.
Those are two different piles,
true.
but really just one.
Who's more likely to become friends with every client? Okay. Who's more likely to stress over little details?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Robbie, I was kind of torn on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's more likely to start a dance party in the office when everyone needs a break?
I don't need to answer that. Yeah, she's
Robbie's like,
got
I
that.
don't dance, so what's
No.
dancing? And who's more likely to dream up an expansion plan out of nowhere?
Robbie.
Ooh, okay. So you're still the dreamer. You're still the big ideas guy. Okay. See, I wasn't sure on that one either.
Yeah.
I love it. Who's a dream client or a brand that you guys would just die to work with?
Oh boy.
That's a good question.
Here locally?
No, big dreams.
Big dream.
I mean, who's like merch and swag and like who do you want to get your hands on?
Wow.
You guys can talk about it tonight over Mexican.
I know.
Over Mexican dinner.
I feel like there's so many, but I'm trying to think of my top one.
I think the biggest thing for me is not like one brand or one person. I think in my head, it always goes to, I want to get to the point where we just pack that building full of machines and we're like, yeah, we do work for this, you know, because what you don't necessarily see is all of the big name brands, that decoration is happening somewhere. And like the Nikes, yeah, they decorate probably more than likely in China, but they do have warehouses and fulfillment centers here. So being able to say, yeah, we have a huge order from Nike or Adidas or whatever, like that's cool stuff.
That is.
Because there's a lot of things that go underneath the table that people may not even realize in the decoration industry. But yeah.
I think I'd want to do, and I know that her brand is very custom, but I love anything Briley King. Do you know who that is?
Uh-huh.
She is.
That's a good one.
My idol. Like,
Yeah.
I just love everything that she does. And I think that her little bird trucker hats are very meaningful.
Yep.
And so I'd like to do something merch-wise with her
Yeah.
if I had one sole person.
Yeah.
But he's right. Like, I would also like to decorate for the big companies and just have a slew of machines and
love
do
it.
all their decoration.
We're manifesting today. We're
Yeah.
putting it out there. I love it. I love it. Okay, so is Oak and Twine the dream, or is this like a stepping stone to something much bigger? Maybe that you haven't even spoken out loud yet.
I think this is our legacy. This is our dream to build something together and grow it into other avenues that we have.
Other goals.
Yeah, other dreams that we have to expand in other industries maybe, but we'll always keep Oak and Twine.
I was going to say, okay, Oak and Twine will always be.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean, I was asked the other day, I was at an event and the guy was like, when did you know that you were going to make it? That was the question. And I just kind of answered, I didn't want to sound cocky, but it was like, I didn't always know I was going to make it, but in some regards, like, I don't have a choice. Like, this is it for me. Like, I don't have a plan B. So that was a hard question for me to answer because I'm like, what do you mean you just now realized you could make it?
Right.
Like, I don't have a choice.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I think Oak and Twine will always be our main center focus. I don't want to get too spread thin and have franchises and businesses and do all, I don't necessarily want that. I want to double down and be really, really strong in one business.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Okay, so final question.
Okay.
The heart of Oak and Twine is?
You got it? I got one.
Okay.
Gratitude.
Gratitude. I love that.
Yeah. Very thankful for everything that Chattanooga has done for us. Yeah, gratitude.
The heart of Oak and Twine. I think the heart of Oak and Twine is Robbie and I. And I
That's 2 words.
well, us.
Us.
Us, the youngs. Yeah, I'm just really proud of everything that we've built and are headed toward. And I just feel like it's our baby. It grows special every single day. And that's the heart of our business is us. And if you take the heart out, the business dies and we'll always be there. So it is us together, not one over the other, but together.
I love it. You guys
Agreed.
are so cute.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today. You guys are
thanks
awesome.
for having us.
Yeah.
This is fun.